What is going on, guys? Monday, May 8th, 2023. Brandon Gentili here. We have your morning chaos economic and Bitcoin update going on here. We have the mempool is overloaded with transactions being spammed by we don't exactly know who. But hey, the irony in all of it is TikTok next block every 10 minutes, like clockwork. People can DDoS this network. They can try to spam it. They can try to do whatever they want to it. Doesn't matter. Bitcoin's still working just like expected every 10 minutes for 14 years for doing its thing. I mean, this is hilarious. It's so funny that people are so threatened by freedom money and property rights and individuals owning their own wealth and not being able to be rug pulled by governments or by grifters. It's hilarious. It's so funny to see, and you just hate to see it for these people. You just hate to see it. But truth wins at the end of the day. Truth always wins, and it always will. When the truth is on your side, it's a good feeling. You sleep well at night. When you're prepared, you sleep well at night. This is what we talk about all the time here, right? Getting Bitcoin, getting a little bit of gold and silver, getting food storage, getting water purification, gardening skills, getting some seeds, lead and ammo, firearms, security, land, and building community. We have to do this in order to be. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna look at the calendar here of events and just show you guys, kind of how we do this. And then you put in the countries that you want, USA, and that's why we do this here. So this week we have the inflation. We have inflation numbers coming out this week, which is really kind of the big one. Obviously core inflation and the PPI on Thursday. The Michigan consumer sentiment is a big one too. That's a big one too, really, just to kind of see forward-looking indicators. I believe Nick Bhatia loves that one. So we want to see some forward-looking indicators because things like unemployment rate are backward. They're looking in the rearview mirror. So you want to look at indicators that are more forward-looking. And inflation rate, unemployment numbers are, generally looking backwards, right? So, but they're important to note nonetheless. And this is why we do this, why we look at these things. So, like I said, freedom isn't free, right? This was the name of our original show, still the banners on our YouTube and stuff like that. But it's, let's be honest, the algorithm doesn't like freedom. If you didn't know, the IRS, Lois Lerner of the IRS, actually targeted, when Obama was in power, his IRS commissioner, Lois Lerner, targeted people who had patriot or freedom groups that was in their name. And, I kind of did it just as a middle finger, just because I'm a very stubborn person. Even though I do learn and change my mind over time, and I'm actually fairly good at that, ironically, that I'm still very stubborn at the same time. And I just had to do it. I had to do it a couple years ago when I restarted the channel. So probably not the best thing. So it will be changed. We have our interviews. I have a couple more this week of recording, and our playable characters. I found a few more playable characters in a sea of non-playable characters. So let's jump right into this. So at the end of the day, the bond yields are bumping up again. So bond yields selling off. Let's see what's happening to the DXY. The DXY really kind of remaining unchanged over the last couple of days, kind of flat, if you can see there. So crude oil, though, you can see. So it looks like there possibly some money, selling off, going into oil potentially, is because the DXY, people are selling out of treasuries, not really going into the dollar necessarily, though. So it looks like people might be moving into some other assets. Gold and silver, again, up a bunch as well. So probably people moving into those assets as well, met up with people selling as well on that. So maybe a balance of sellers of gold and silver, people kind of saying, hey, well, I haven't seen this price in a while. I'm selling out of stuff. Traders, people like that. People are getting liquidated in other areas that need cash. Those highly liquid investments, that happens. So again, things like Bitcoin down below 28,000 because it's for lack of a better phrase, getting attacked by scammers, affinity coins, altcoins. It's getting attacked by, who knows, nation states, miner. We have no idea. We have no idea who's necessarily attacking the Bitcoin network. But again, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin works perfectly. TikTok next block every 10 minutes. This too shall pass. Bitcoin is designed for this. Bitcoin has been getting attacked every single day of its existence for the last 14 years. You can't say that about the U.S. banking system. And, yeah, maybe there's cyber attacks and there's people all over the world trying to get into stuff. Like I guess you could make it a case for that. But Bitcoin is an open, permissionless, decentralized protocol that's being attacked all the time. For 14 years, people have been trying to attack it, exploit it, break it, and take Bitcoin or whatever. Like everything you can imagine that's been done on Bitcoin. Even the community itself tried to turn on itself 5-6 years ago in the Block Size Wars, an amazing book all about that. It was written called The Block Size Wars, and it explains why Bitcoin is so robust and anti-fragile, and is the network of the future, and is what we think it is. It is truth. So, excuse me. It's beautiful to see people wasting their money, their time and energy, and just giving it to miners and just wasting it and thinking like, we have Twitter spaces. People have Twitter spaces like, we broke Bitcoin. Ha ha ha. It's just like, cool. You're just wasting your money. You're just giving it, you're uploading stupid images to the blockchain and giving miners money. Like, I don't know what's funny about that, but, sure. Guess what? We can all hold a lot longer than you can stay solvent. So this is, and the best part is, it creates more innovation and creativity on Bitcoiners' part. And this is what always happens. When things happen, then you expose points that, okay, cool, we need to shore that up, or, oh, wow, look, we created something else here. So remember, the legacy fiat system is crumbling all around us. So people want to try to say whatever they want, but it doesn't matter. The legacy fiat system is crumbling all around us. The 12 men in suits, the old white dudes, can't figure out what's going on. They have no idea. They're constantly being wrong. It's transitory. There's no inflation. No, it's just transitory. Well, I guess higher for longer, lower for longer. They have no idea what's going on. They are constantly debasing the currency, printing more currency through the fractional reserve system. They have no idea what's going on. And they're pumping their own bags. They're pumping each other's bags, and that's it. There's only people that benefit. Bitcoin, however, cannot be counterfeit. You cannot counterfeit your way to wealth in Bitcoin. You have to pay. You have to pay with your work, or you have to pay with your stored up work, your time and energy through money. That's it. That's the only way you can acquire Bitcoin. It's the most beautiful freedom system I've ever seen in my life. And this will sort itself out. Bitcoin will become harder and stronger because of it, more resilient. And away we go. TikTok next block. So banks continuing to collapse. We're going to continue doing stupid things because humans do like doing stupid things and like trying to do ridiculous stuff. So the big three, like we said, the bond yields are going up just a tad, money flowing out, looks like into oil, people getting a little bit more, a little more happy, or a little more excited about the future in the inflationary environment we live in, getting used to this new normal, because it's going to be a new normal, because as the fiat currency is withered away and devalued over time, it'll be just a higher inflationary environment going forward. This is guaranteed to happen. So you're going to have periods of up and down, but overall, the average will just be higher and higher. And things like this, which is one of my favorite charts, my favorite things to look at, is priced in Bitcoin, time chain calendar. Some of these sites are unbelievable. But when you have this, like a median new price house, this will continue to happen long term as I expand this out. Priced in sats, and here's fiat. So you're going to see this fiat. You're going to see this line keep going up. You're going to have to find more and more of these devalued dollars, these liabilities, to purchase the same house. Where Bitcoin, if you keep holding Bitcoin, you will have to find less and less Bitcoin to buy the same house. So it's your choice. It's your choice what you want to hold, what you want to trade your time for. Do you want to trade your time for your finite time for a finite asset like Bitcoin? Fair trade? That seems like a fair trade to me. The only suitable trade. I don't know of any other finite assets. Or do you want to hold and trade your finite time for infinite liabilities, fiat? That get devalued over time. It seems simple to me. It seems very simple. What do I know, though? What do I know? Again, I don't talk about this at all, but again, we've 15x'd our net worth over the last decade. I don't talk about it all because I don't like talking about myself. Probably should more. I've had people say, hey, can you tell more stories about your life, and can you talk about yourself more? And I will going forward, because I know that stories are how we learn. And so I had to be better with that. But we have 15x our net worth. And again, we have our portfolio allocation letter coming out this week, our monthly portfolio allocation that shows where we're invested. And this portfolio has served us very well over the last decade. And we have become wealthy. I'm nowhere near what I'd like to be, nowhere near. but we're in the top couple percent of net worth in the United States and therefore the world. And so I'm very grateful for that. Very grateful, but it's a simple approach. This is my whole point with all of this. Like my whole point. And the reason I do what I do is because this is very simple. If you remove yourself and question everything with boldness, and you remove yourself from the mainstream thinking and what you're taught on the media and in school and academia and in politics, and you got out of the fighting, the left and right and red versus blue, and you realize that the game is a state versus you, and you need to prepare for that. It's very simple with the things I already mentioned earlier, getting these handful of different things. That's it. You don't need to be learning technical analysis. You don't need to be learning how to be a hedge fund. You don't need to be learning how you're going to get your Social Security out of the government, because that's not going to happen. So you don't need to be learning any of these things. You need to prepare yourself and start figuring it out for yourself now and prepare going forward. You can do it. You can do it in a couple weeks, a couple days, even possibly a couple months, maybe. And we have time. I think we have a few months, or I shouldn't say. I don't know what time we have, but I think we have. Ultimately, I think we do have some time here, leading up to real mass chaos. So get prepared and build community. So I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate you being here, and please share us out, because the algorithm hates truth. It hates truth. We're starting to share everything on Rumble now as well, and question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. Please, this is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. This is a very important world we are entering, and many people, wealth is not destroyed, it's merely transferred. Transferred from the people who are grifting and grafting, have no idea what's going on, to the people who are prepared. Simple. This is a very simple process. So please look forward to the letter. You can go and do the link in the description here to our blog and see all the past ones. The next one will be coming out this week, and you can see exactly what has made us wealthy over the past 10 years of me leaving school and starting my businesses, and really saying, you know what, I have to understand and learn what's actually going on now in the world, and being a leader of myself and of my family. So I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.